Sir, observation is different from the without the observer. How can there be observation?
Do it, sir.
Unless observer is equal to ego.
Sir, just a minute, sir. Can you look at that tree without the word? Why can't you do it there?
But who is aware of it?
Oh, you people, you don't, sir, you don't test it, you don't work at it, you don't want to find out, you make statements. So, look.
That thing, I suppose, is pure existence. We are aware only of existence and no division.
It's all just theories, sir. What is the good of theories? Your books are full of theories. Your gurus, your churches, your temples are full of theories. Where are you at the end of it? You and your country, your people, where are you? So, now, sir, just listen to it. I have been assured by prominent scientists, when I have stated to them, the observer is the observed, they took some time to understand the verbal meaning of it. Then they explained something to me. They said, when you observe, without theories, without memory, without all the things, through a microscope, as you watch it, the very thing you are watching is undergoing a change. Don't agree to this, you know nothing. The very thing you are watching is moving, changing. It's never the same. So, please listen. When you watch your greed, that is without the word, without the memory of, I mustn't be greedy, all the rest of it, when you watch that fact of the reaction called greed, that very reaction undergoes a radical change. That is the way to observe. To observe myself, my whole structure and nature of myself, with all the qualities, with all the ugliness, with all the pleasure, with all the misery. When I watch it, when there is a watching without the past association, that very watching brings about a change in which what is happening.
Putting it in words, in that state, I am simple, humble, affectionate and loving.
What, sir?
Putting it in words.
Oh, no, you're not, don't put it into words. Have you understood what the speaker has to say? Look, sir, let's look. There is violence, right? Now it has become in this world tribal violence, right, sir? Right? Even the so-called Brahmins, they unfortunately don't exist anymore. Even the so-called Brahmins have now become tribalists. So, this very tribalism is creating violence. Can you look at violence? Just listen to it. Follow the sequence of it. I'm going to explain step by step. First, you have become aware of your violence, which is anger. Imitation is form of violence, imitating somebody. When you compare yourself with somebody, it's a form of violence. When you try to achieve a result, a success, is a form of violence. So I'm using violence in its widest sense. Not only physical violence, but psychological violence. Now, when that feeling arises, thought then comes and says, that is violence. Right? Are you following this? Because thought can only operate through words, through pictures, through symbols. So it says that's violence. So the past has recognized the new feeling and has called it violence. Are you following this, sir? Huh? So can you observe that emotion that has been called violence without naming it? Because when you don't name it, the very thing that is being observed changes. And in that there is no conflict. The moment the observer says, I am violent, then conflict begins. I mustn't be violent. Tell me how not to be violent. I must pursue non-violence. And all the rest of it begins. Right, sir? Right? So can you test it, do it, test it out, that when a feeling arises, anger, jealousy, greed, violence, sex, which is most important to most people, to when that feeling arises, watch it, observe it, without bringing all the images, the pictures, the contradictions, you follow? Only the fact of that feeling. Then you will discover for yourself that the fact has no opposite. Right? So when you move away from the fact, the opposite comes in, and therefore conflict begins. Now we are saying, just observe the feeling, and realize thought is destructive in observation. Have you understood this, sir? Huh?